Good evening to all of you. As per you all wanted to talk about your exam preparations, and there were multiple questions coming up like feeling lost with vast syllabus and many other issues. So we'll be talking about all this. Hello, Dr. Niti. So these things we are commonly going to talk about. We all are medicos and we go by the evidence-based medicine. So today we are going to talk about evidence-based preparation, right? So what does the evidence says? There is a study which was conducted in Florida for a tennis players, right? So what they looked upon, compared the top five tennis players with the top 25 tennis players, right? And they wanted to see what was special in those five tennis players, which was not in those 25 players. So could you guess what could be the probable thing they would have find? Anybody would like to guess that?
They did not give up like till the end. No, I mean, they did not succumb under the pressure. I mean, there was a lot of pressure, but still they continued working and not give up in till the last moment.
So consistency, persistence. Yes. What else could you think of? Daily practice. Yes, that's the consistency, persistence. Anything else you guys would?
Motivation.
Motivation. Okay.
Teamwork.
Their passion, their discipline. Good.
Smart work.
Smart work. Good. You'll be amazed, astonished to know that these were not the factors. Of course, somewhat which is matching is the motivation or the self-belief. But finally, it was those who trusted themselves in their win. It was their positive thinking, if I call it very simply, or it was their belief that they will win that made them win. Right? So when they analyze this back, why it is so? It is not like those things like the thoughts are there, so it is going to work and it will be attracted by the universe. No, it was not like that. But when they find out that actually what is behind this thing, then they find out that when a person is always working towards a goal with the win in his mind, he is not wasting his time, right? So what happens when a person is not always in a positive mindset? Then every time when he goes 5 steps forwards, then he has a self-doubt, right? And he starts thinking what will happen, how will happen. So he wastes his time, his effort, his energy, and his thoughts are more towards the thinking of those things rather than thinking about how to achieve the goal. So he goes 5 steps forwards, he comes 3 steps backwards. Then he again starts 5 steps forwards and again comes 3 steps forward. So that actually made a difference. Thoughts are always coming to our mind. Now, what is the quality of thoughts that will help you in defining how wisely you can use your time, effort, and your energy? Right? So, does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, you all agree to that? So
Yes,
first thing is that let's promise we are not going to waste the time whatever we have, right? Nobody wants to waste the time deliberately. Only thing is that we don't recognize that this is the way we are wasting our time, right? So then we are always at the point that we have less time. I can't have enough time. How to go through it? So first thing is time is not less. Time is equal for everybody. The one who can use the time wisely can make the best out of that time. And the first thing which you can do for yourself is we are not going to come back. Every day we are going to go forward, 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 whatever speed, whatever flow we are going to follow, but we are going to go forward. You want to go forward or you want to step back 2 feet every time?
Go forward.
Everybody wants to go forward. Now, so when a negative thought comes to your mind, immediately think of yourself as you are going back, and you will never go back. Nobody wants to go back. Everybody loves to move forward, right? Now, when a negative thought comes to your mind, immediately think of yourself as you are going back, and you will never go back. Nobody wants to go back. Everybody loves to move forward, right? Thing is, we don't want to waste time, so that whatever time we have, we will use it wisely. Then next question comes is how to use the time wisely, right? Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So at least now we are on the same floor for one point that we are not going to waste the time whatever we have. You are okay with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So now one thing is fixed. We are not going to waste. Now how to utilize that time, right? You know that there is a lot of syllabus. I agree to that. But do all the syllabus is important for exam?
Oh.
Yes, no.
Yes, no. How many yes, how many no? First, how many yes? No yes, how many no?
No.
No,
ma'am.
So you all agree. You all know that by this time, when you have gone through everything, you know that there are fixed points which are asked in the exam. So we don't have to bother about how big is the syllabus is. That is not our headache. We have to focus on gaining marks. So we have to focus on the limited topics. And I think by now you know that what are those limited topics. We have repeated them again and again, right? Am I
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So what you have to just do is now divide your days into only those topics which are coming again and again in exam. Right? So that will leave you with only 25 to 30% of the syllabus. So you are well over that and you have enough time for that. Okay. So again, how you can help yourself? Prioritize, right? Those who are studying with the schedule, they are already able to prioritize their studies if you are following regularly. But if somewhere you have left behind, you can prioritize it for yourself. Does it make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Okay. So now onwards, whatever days we have, we will use them to the fullest. Time is always enough. Time is always enough. I tell you, if you postpone your exam from July to January, I can give you in writing that November you will be having the same question, madam, what to do in last 2 months.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes,
Everybody
yes,
has gone through multiple exams and you all know that. Am I wrong?
No, ma'am. True.
Same situation.
True. So courageous are those who go ahead when the situations are not good. Everybody can walk in a beautiful park, but the problem is when the challenges are there, it is difficult to walk. And the one who walks is the courageous and is the winner. So if you have gone with the first thing and you see yourself as a winner, you believe that you are a winner, then the next step comes is that you are ready to face all challenges, whether it is the time constraints, whether it is the tricks of the question, whether there are the scenarios of the RCOG, you are ready with all the challenges. And once you are open to it, you take them head on. Just keep learning. Keep learning till the last day. And when you go to exam, keep fighting for each question till the last question. Even one question can make you pass. So this is not your duty to think about what is the final outcome or how I am going to pass. Okay, you keep your vision on the goal and keep working day by day. It's a one-day job. It's always every day you grow bigger and more wiser. And that brings you closer to the success. So think yourself as the most courageous person. You have chosen to appear for this respectable exam. And that's in itself a very big decision, right? So now when you have chosen, you can't look back. You should not look back. Rather, you should be proud of yourself and just keep going. Have you ever achieved without facing any challenges? Anything which came to you without any challenges?
No, ma'am.
That from now onwards, no looking back, all the courage, all the winning note, and just go ahead, do whatever you can do. It's not your duty to think about whether it is sufficient or not sufficient. Now, coming to the strategies, what we are going to follow in next 1 month. Recalls. The whole month has to be dedicated to recalls, right? Now, how to do the recalls? You have your recall worksheets, you have your recall assessments. We are discussing day in and day out recalls in our sessions. In group, multiple questions are being posted. So every time, everywhere is the recalls. Now, how to utilize those recalls? When you go and read that, you first thing is try to answer yourself so that you know that whether that thing is clear or not, right? So that is very, very important to judge yourself whether you know that point or not. So don't just jump onto the answers. Just don't jump onto the keys. First, solve yourself, right? So when you solve yourself, you will find out that I'm not okay with this particular thing. Go back from your notes, from your guideline, from your like tables or flow charts or algorithms which I have given you. You can just go ahead and read there. Only that part, what is related to that question, right? Few scenarios around also. I've given you charts like, so you can go there, you can see the number of the scenarios of that topic which is being coming in exam. So just go and revise, come back to your questions, right? So this will save you a lot of time, and in a short time, you will be able to revise multiple topics at a time. We have already done module-wise revision. So now don't go back again and again to the guidelines and all those things. Now it is time to focus on the questions and find out where you are lagging behind and just go and do that part from the notes or the guideline or wherever you are comfortable with. Fine? Make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Will it
Yes, ma'am.
save your time?
Yes, ma'am.
So you will be able to cover large number of things in a smaller period, right? Secondly, you should constantly practice questions, because in exams, many times I've seen students saying that last 20 questions, 25 questions, I could not read, ma'am. I was so tired, I could not think of that. You have to build up your stamina to read 200 questions in one go. And that helps a lot. The one who fights till the end will win. Okay, so you have to take each question very, very seriously. That's a must-do thing. You cannot just go without focusing on any particular question, right? Because there will be no question which you will not be knowing anything about it. You have gone through everything, you will be knowing, but you might get confused, right? So for that confusion, it is always good that you should be with a calm mind, just sit in the exam and utilize your knowledge and your effort which you have put in, right? That can be only possible when you are out of the anxiety. So from today onwards, forget about the exam anxiety. There is no word as exam anxiety, right? This is not something new we are going to. We have done through multiple exams. We are here after a lot of exams. Every day we are going to practice. That's an exam. So we all are well versed with that. This is also going to be a similar type of your OPD practice where you are going to see 200 patients in one day. And you know, when you know that 200 patients are lined up for you in a clinic, you are happy. So you are going to exam in a very happy tone. No anxiety, and not at all.
Actually, I've been practicing almost every day for so many months now, ma'am. So sometimes, still I may get an answer wrong, and that tends to disappoint, So just a few thoughts from your end on this.
Yeah,
It,
sure.
yeah.
So first thing is that whatever is wrong, you can always, I already told you, this is the time to actually make it correct. So you can always go back, look at it and correct it. That should be taken as a learning point, not as a negative point. You are able to get your mistakes here. So that is, you can utilize these as a step to go forward rather than going back and thinking, oh my God, again, I'm wrong. No, you can correct those, make it as a step and go over your ladder of success.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So instead of going back, always think about the forward journey, right? So this is how your strategy is going to be. You are focusing on the recalls. You are going to regularly solve your questions, okay? At least 50, 60, 70, or maybe 100. Till you build up a stamina where you can do 200 questions at one go. Of course, I'll be giving you the mock paper also, which I'll be telling you to do exactly in the same pattern you are going to give the exam, so that you know that you can go through 200 questions in a one go. Secondly, whatever mistakes are there, there is always a chance, go and correct. Don't take them as a negative thing, take them as a stepping stones. Go retrospectively, start from the recalls, go back to the charts, guidelines, whatever you want to read. And if you want, you can make one-liner notes for yourself. Like one-liner notes for cervical pregnancy. Although we have already done many things in the charts of the live sessions, but still if you want to write it for yourself, you can just make one lines. That helps a lot in the final 7 days revision. And that will help you in coming to the exact answer in exam very quickly. No confusions, right? Now it's time for your questions, right? Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, how to plan the revision in the last 20 days, ma'am? Like how to divide, ma'am?
Yes. So that's what we were talking about, how to decide where whatever you are solving, go back and read the points from there. Last 20 days, I won't say that you plan revision as per like modules or as per guidelines, at least not as per guidelines. Modules still okay. Like if you want to devote one day to any module, that's fine. But then you have to keep time for the recalls, because recalls you have to do every day, right? So if you can take out time from that, then you can spend your half day for the module revision. But again, for revision, don't go back to guidelines completely. If you, whatever PDFs you have, whatever charts you have, whatever points you have, that is the only thing you are going to revise. If you are going to read the complete guidelines again and again, then revision cannot be done in 20 days. And in fact, that is not going to help at all also, because you will not be able to focus on the point which is required for the exam, right? So now the time is that you focus and you remember those points which come in exam, the questions from where are coming in exam. So not to focus on the 100%. It is hardly 30-40% which you have to focus on. And don't try to revise 100%. It is not going to help you. Rather, you will forget those 30-40% which is important.
Ma'am, all the recalls questions plus like whatever we have done in live sessions and your worksheet, if we'll do it like twice, I think with like a proper answer, that will be sufficient.
Target of me is to bring to you success in less study time. I am not saying
Yes.
you spend
Yeah,
the hours
yes,
you
sir.
spend.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
about at all the hours you spend. And I don't believe in the motto of like working hard, work smart. Okay. That is why I'm telling you focus on those 30-40% syllabus which is going to come in exam. There is in general a rule, 80-20 rule in life. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, ma'am, we have.
What is that 80-20 rule? Yes.
80, I don't
I
remember
think
exactly.
20% of the things do the most important stuff.
Yes, only 20% of the things are important in the life and they are responsible to bring the maximum happiness or the 80% of the growth and happiness in your life. So
Yes, ma'am.
same stands true with our syllabus too. It's 20% of the syllabus which will bring you 80% marks. So if you are focusing on the 80%, then it's difficult.
Ma'am,
So focus on that part which is going to come in exam and that will bring you 80%. Yes.
Ma'am, one more thing is, as and when we are answering recalls, the problem is that we come across so many different versions of one particular recall sometimes. Now, since we, that also again adds confusion, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so basically the thing is, again, I say that you don't have to mug up the recall, right? So whatever version you get, from that recall, you know that what is asked in exam, right? If it is herpes scenario, patient coming at 28 weeks, 30 weeks, 33 weeks, what weeks? So you know answer after 28 weeks, if patient is coming, it's going to be that, right?
Yes, yes.
So it is as simple as that. You don't have to go word by word with the recall. You have to understand what is the concept behind that recall. Many a times when I answer your queries, I tell you that this particular question is based on this particular point. Don't see other distractors. Do I tell you this? Right?
Ma'am,
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So
Definitely.
you also have to do the same thing. Just focus on that thing which is tested in the exam, right? Only you have to focus on the point. Rest, all other things around that are the distractors, are the additional information given to you, which will confuse you. So do not look at it. Secondly, why recalls are different versions are there? Because everyone perceives the question in a different way, right? It's a long story there. Nobody can remember the complete story. Only the people remember the concept which they carry with them and which they create for the others' help, right? So therefore, whatever you are getting is still a very good thing, still a very helpful thing. So don't take recall as word by word. You have to get the concept around it. You have to build and go with the rule behind that recall.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
point which is tested. Then you will not be confused in the exam.
Ma'am, I have another question about, answering the exam. The last time when I answered the exam, I realized that I fell short in paper one, and that was because of my poor mathematics skills. There were a lot of problems
Yes.
in paper one. So I realized that, in that struggle to make sure that the answer is right, I feel like I wasted a lot of time on sums. And then what I did was, by the time I came towards the last 30 questions, I was like running through the questions without hardly reading anything, just looking at the gist of the question.
Right.
So
So now my question is, if I tell you that you have to cover this 5-kilometer distance in 40 minutes, right? After 1 month, you will have a race where you have to cover this distance in 45 minutes. And today, you are not able to do that. You are doing that in 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. What you will do to bring it to 45 minutes?
Pre-practice, ma'am.
Practice.
That's it.
Yeah. And
You
I've actually,
yourself know the answer.
I've
Now,
actually
only that is what I'm saying. You have to build your stamina. You have to build. This is also like the same thing. The more you practice, the more quicker you are, the more correct you are. The same thing. And practice questions, not guidelines. Again, it's all about practicing questions. Many a time students think that they have learned the guidelines, so they will be able to answer the questions. But let me tell you, even if you have marked each and every word of the guideline, still there will be a gap between the questions and the guideline. That can be filled only by solving questions.
100%, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. From now, we will only just practice like the questions which we have, like all the recalls which we have done with you, everything, all your worksheets again we can do.
See, you can time yourself. Like
Yes,
I'm going
ma'am.
to sit for 1 hour. So in 1 hour, I'll do 30 questions, 40 questions, or 45 questions. Every day you can see whether you are going to pick up or not. And you will see slowly and slowly. In 1 hour from 30 questions, you can do 40, you can do 45, you can do 60. So by the day you go to exam, you are prepared for that. Time yourself, right?
Just one more
Great
question, ma'am.
exam.
With regards to strategy, do you think it's wise to add in strategy in the last 20 days? Like
Live
just
session questions are all from that. So you can
Yeah.
just go to.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Thank
one question, ma'am. During the exam, so answering all the questions and again rechecking is mandatory, madam. Generally, we don't have time. So previously, when I gave attempt, so it was very difficult. And at one particular time, it was very confusing between two answers like that. So there was no time to recheck back the old questions which I have written. So is it to solve then and again recheck, or it is okay you complete in a go?
Okay. So first thing is that at least go for like whatever you know properly in first round. Do all those questions. Don't stop and think about the confusing questions, right? Whatever you know exactly that this is the answer and you're sure about it, in one go do those questions, right? Then that will be finished in a very quick way, because that is where you already know the answers, right? And you have done them with a very fresh mind without confusing yourself. You are sure of the answers, so at least those will be correct, right? So now you have secured those marks, which you knew it very well. You were not confused in that. Second round, when you go, then you start giving up some time. But now you know that how many questions and how many minutes. So divide your time accordingly, right? So divide your time accordingly, how much you can spend on thinking about the question. And accordingly, go in the second go, you can keep on taking your questions and finish your paper. But first time, try to do all the questions which you know very nicely. You are sure about it, okay? There is another question in the, let me just finish one question in the chat boxes there. So in that, it is how much time to spend for the SBA and how much time to spend for the EMQs, okay? So usually it is weightage is 40-60, okay? So you can also divide your time according to 40-60, okay? So again, the thing is, like, people ask whether we should do SBA first or we should do EMQ first. So for me, it was always comfortable to finish SBA first, right? Because as I said, SBA you have done nicely, you know the answers, and they can make you pass, because now it is not that you have to pass separately in SBA and EMQ. Now you can pass in a combined. So if you have done your SBA correct, then also it is very easy to pass, right? So first finish up your SBA, because you know them, you can easily do them, and at least secure your marks there, and then spend your time onto the EMQs. Again, following the same rule, whatever you are sure of, do them in one go, come back and then rethink and do the remaining parts. So that at least whatever you know, you have secured that. There is no confusion about it, right? I think that was Dr. Shweta's question. Is it fine? Yeah, okay, sure, great. Yes, now somebody else was asking any question.
Ma'am, is it like in July the papers are like more tougher as compared to Jan? Is this trend since it's
When you
nothing
pass,
such
you say that, oh my God, paper was good that time. And when somebody don't pass, then paper was tough.
nothing as such, no?
Oh, no.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Yes. Anything else? Any more questions? Yes, Dr. Shweta.
Ma'am, so now I'm following the class schedule, like whatever we have. But the way I'm revising is I start with the live session, because in that you've also covered the important points and topics like the tables and all. So that's like a rapid revision. And then I directly start solving the worksheets first. And then the mock test, whatever we do, and then the revision happens in the recall session again of those questions. So this is how I have been following for every module. So
Okay.
apart from this, is there anything that needs to be done more?
See, whatever you are following is right. And you will now, after like week, by 16th, we are finishing all our modules, right?
Right.
So when we are finishing all your modules, what you are going to do after that? Recalls. Only recall.
Yes.
Recall worksheets, I think you are doing probably.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because they have mixed questions, right? They are not
Okay.
module wise. So we have to practice the mixed also.
Right.
We have to be prepared for the exam as such we are going to face. That is not going to be module wise, that is going to be mixed. So recall worksheets are equally important,
Okay, ma'am.
right?
Ma'am, these percentages, most of the times I'm getting them wrong. So is there any way we can, how do we practice these percentages?
Repetition and discussion. If you are reading with someone, or you want, like, you can create your 4-5 lines and put it in the group, and like people will, yes, it is correct, not correct. So like this, it can be revised, and particularly the ones which have appeared in the recalls, they need to be done again and again, right?
But sometimes ma'am, they ask
practice
1 in 10, 1 in 50, 1 in 20, and sometimes it is not there in that format, na? So
So
that
you
at
have
times gets
to
confusing.
approximately calculate that, right? So you have to like they give you 5 in 100, so it becomes 20%, right? So like that, you will have to convert, and it is approximate. Okay, so basically practice and discussion. These are the two ways how you can remember your percentages, and particularly concentrate on the one which have appeared in the exams already.
Is it that
Ma'am.
hard question and easy question carries the same mark, or common easy questions
No.
carry more marks?
Easy questions carry less marks and the tough questions carry more marks. So if you have done 4 or 5 easy questions, or you have done 1 or 2 tough questions,
We can pass.
yes. So basically you don't have to think about that. Again, I go and say, because you have to focus on every question
Yes.
with an equal concentration, because you don't know what is tough for you, may not be tough for majority of the students, or what is easy for you may be tough for the other students, right? So you can't go back and check that. So we have to work on what is in our control. Others' performance is not in my control, and the result is according to everybody's performance. So that is not in my control. What I have in my control is I'll focus on each and every question.
Ma'am, every time the labor questions are always in the last end. I mean, second paper in the last. So is it so like every time it will be like that?
Yes, most of the times they are in the not last 10, maybe last 20, 25, but they will be in the second paper. And first 40 will be SBAs, and by the time you reach there, that will be around 70th or 75th question. That's going to be there. So that is why I'm telling you, you have to fight till the last question. You can't lose your effort in between. You have to be prepared for the last question. So you have to build the stamina to read 200 questions.
Ma'am, in this time solving, we are not doing too many questions with mathematics. So are they talking about this exam only, or are we supposed to do the statistics from part 1 exam as well? Do they also come in this exam?
Sometimes very rarely, not much. But yes, sometimes the word that specificity, sensitivity, a bit of it, sometimes do appears.
So in this time, we are not doing much solving. Ma'am, previous exam, we were having a lot of questions in part 1.
So, I mean, that you already you have done in the part 1. So you can just remember your formula from there and that's it. Not usually. It's not a usual thing to come, but yes, if 1 or 2 question comes, that's the point. So you won't like to lose that. So just revise your formulas. You know that how to put up the values in the formulas and solve that. Okay. Right? Anything else? Dr. Samantha, yes?
Ma'am, lastly, we want to thank you for all your efforts.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
really been a roller coaster ride for us. But thank you for sticking with us and answering all our doubts and queries. You're one of the few mentors who does this. And I really, really appreciate it and thank you for
Yes,
all.
ma'am, we are very, very comfortable with you. You're so cool and like very nicely you explain things, and your approach has also given
And your
us
prompt reply, ma'am. You
And
are so prompt
you
in your
really
reply,
won't
ma'am.
judge a student, ma'am. You really won't judge a student because I have seen in other groups, if we ask one question, again they will say that, why didn't you learn before? This is the basic thing. So like that they will answer anything. But you really don't judge a student, doctor, student, whatever may be. But you'll answer each and every query.
Thank you.
That
But
we
I
can
really
appreciate,
try to really try to help because it's like something, when you have come here, you want something should be easier for you, right? So it's my duty to make your way very easier forward so that you can just go and get it. And I am really looking for that. Everybody should go through it in a very simpler way, and even an average student should be able to do that. Certainly, we are moving towards our goal. Every day, you all are there to support me, inspire me. So certainly we'll do that. And we have done
Thank you,
last time, many of the students passed in just 4 months, 3 months preparation. So that's why I am saying you that I don't believe in like how much time you have spent, how many hours you are spending now. You have to stay focused on what is coming in exam because that's a very big thing. It seems easy, but when you go and start reading, you are so much tempted. Let me go and read that also. Let me bring that guideline also. Another person comes and tell you that, okay, Eshrey has that point. Okay, shall I read that also? Shall I go for FIGO management? So that actually wastes a lot of time and that is not required. So what is required is only 20-30% of the content. That's it. So it is very easy to say, but hard to keep that focus. So again and again, I bring you back that you stay focused to the points which are coming in exam. So now onwards, remember that 80-20 principle. This 20% study is going to bring you 80%, right? So just stick to that. Whenever you get a temptation to go here and there, no, stick to the point. When you have a confusion, shall I go and read that? Please ask me before going and picking up that extra resource. Please ask, okay, that you want to read that or you don't want to read, right? So stick to your goal, focus, keep a targeted laser focus on your goal and just do it, okay?
Ma'am, thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Write in group, I'm lost. So nobody is lost. Everybody has got the way.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody
Yes, ma'am.
still lost, I can still help you, right?
Ma'am, your patience is like amazing. I mean, I don't think if I was in your place, I would have been able to keep up with so much, because only I know how many questions I have asked you and how I have been bugging you like every day. But you have answered each and every question. So thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Your love, your support. And I mean, you all are my inspiration. So as you'll go through, that's what I just want.